Good evening, Brawlhalla fans. It's Raidhyn, and tonight I'm here to go over the patch notes for beta version 1.6.1. Now, the most exciting thing that has happened in this patch is the fact that we now have ranked 1v1. Everybody is really excited about this. I've been playing a lot of ranked 1v1. In fact, everybody who's ever done 1v1 has been climbing the ladder. I think right now I'm at like 3rd place. I know Misfit's at 1st. There's no leaderboards yet, but the devs have said that they do want to do it. Most of you have played the 1v1 ranked by now, so just know that it's a rank-driven queue system, and it's standard 3 lives, 8 minutes rule set, and a limited pool of stages, which include the Unknown, which we'll talk about in a moment, Stadium, and this one that you see right here, Twilight Grove and King's Pass. So you won't be getting any of the giant maps or Titan's End, which is a little crazy. The Unknown, as I just mentioned, it is a new map in 1.6.1. It is now ready for epic brawling. The name and a lot of the art assets on it are temporary, but it has moving platforms and is stupidly dangerous. So excuse me, of the 4 times that I've lost in rank, they've all been on that stage. I blame the stage for it and my inability to be a good player. So, yeah, new stage. A lot of other really cool stuff got changed this patch. Custom online lobbies have been dramatically improved so that you can join games as a spectator. There's a spectator like lobby chat now, which never existed in custom online games, which is really cool. The lobbies stick around after the host leaves, so people are assigned as the new host if somebody disconnects at random. When we ran the 2v2 tournament today, everything went awesome. It was so much smoother to be able to set up a custom room. And of course, there's still more tweaks and improvements, but right now, like, this is a huge boon for 1.6.1. They've also, in this patch, a little bit controversial. There was a lot of new sounds added, particularly for unarmed, spear, ground pound, a couple hit sounds, and some other minor tweaks. I'm a little bit mixed on the unarmed sounds. I think that the unarmed heavies sound okay, but I really miss the kind of like fast, light sounds we had for the unarmed neutrals, so we will see if we get those back or not. Let's see what else. So there were a lot of balance tweaks. In the game, basically, I'm not sure if I want to read all of these verbatim. You know, like, you guys should read all of this stuff on the Steam community if you want the exact details. The guitars got some reworks, but it hasn't really seemed to affect how well Lucian players are playing. I haven't touched any character since Satori since 1.6 because I've just been climbing the ladder with my favorite character. But from what I've seen, you know, people like Kreutzberg and Banks are still playing with the guitars to great success. So the guitars have had a bunch of tweaks, but they haven't seemed to have had a very significant impact yet. Another significant improvement this time around is that the hammer has gotten much more brutal. The damage has been increased almost entirely across the board, and a lot more people, because of that, are favoring the hammer over other choices. There were also a couple of tweaks on some of the signature moves, but again, head over to the patch notes to get all of the details. Just know that there has been a number of balance tweaks. Hammer's gotten super buffed, essentially. I mean, at least that's the way people are playing it now. It feels much faster, and it's much more capable of hitting people than it ever used to, so there are a lot more Nashes and Bodvars running around than there have been in previous patches, which is a nice change, but it's been fun getting used to dealing with that. And then there have also been a number of other changes outside of the powers. So let's look at those really quick. There's been an improved matchmaking algorithm to better match you up against an opponent near your skill rating. And here's another giant change, is that the dodge button now no longer does a direction. If you press dodge without holding a direction, it now does a spot dodge, both ground and airborne. So basically, when you hit the dodge button now, you will just dodge in place. And for me, this has been a huge detriment to me, because as much as I like the tactical ability for the neutral dodge, for me it's really messing up my muscle memory, because for the last 160 hours or so of me playing this game, I play on an Xbox controller, and I always used left trigger to dodge left and right trigger to dodge right, and it worked out great. Now I have to, you know, add an extra input, and I've been making a lot of mistakes where I'm pressing the left trigger but moving towards the right of the screen, and I dodge right when I think I'm going to dodge left. And basically what I'm trying to get at is I love this change. I think it's going to be great in the long run, but until my muscle memory catches up, now is your best opportunity to try and defeat me in a 1v1 if that's something you've always wanted to do. But moving on, picking up a weapon now ends your respawn protection immediately. Before, you would get another second or so of invulnerability, but they've changed that. It's probably my fault because it's something I brought up in a recent video. My bad. We updated the animation engine to increase visual consistency with power system. I have no idea what that means. There's improved bot pathing behaviors. 3 is now the default number of lives in live mode, and aerial combos now connect more consistently, which is cool. There's been a lot of new art assets. Nightblade Hattori is now in the in-game store, and as soon as I remember to buy her, I'm totally going to do that, because yes, I spend money on this game because I like skins. They added charge up special effects to Nash Sharpstick Slam. Brightness of clouds have been brought down for better SFX visibility on Brawlhalla. Brought in swoosh animation on Qatar Air. Brought in second swoosh animation on Sword Air side. I like these descriptions. And there were a whole bunch of other things, including graphical improvements to the Qatar effects, in addition to some new UI fixes for how nice everything looks when you're in-game in custom lobbies and the like. There were also a bunch of bug fixes that I'm not going to go over, and there were also some server stability fixes and, you know, some other tweaks here and there. So the big key takeaways from 1.6.1 is the fact that, you know, the guitars got tweaked, but they're still great. The hammers have finally been brought up to the level where people can competitively play them in 1v1 and stand a chance, which is something I've never seen before. I felt like the hammers were always really on the low side of things, and now that the hammers have gotten their damage increased and some of the hitboxes reworked, it's brutal. And, you know, to me, that's what the hammer always should have been, this just brutal, unforgiving weapon. And it certainly feels like that now. So I'm really enjoying fighting against hammer players. And then, you know, the other big thing is that spot dodge. You know, this neutral dodge, it's potentially going to change a lot of the tactics that I've been using in the past, where, you know, I just always expected people to dodge forward. And, you know, I keep wondering, devs, how many of you are eavesdropping on my videos and making changes based on the stuff that I like. That might just be in my head. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching this edition of Brawlhalla Patch Notes. I know this was kind of on the short side, mainly because I just didn't find much value in reading everything verbatim. If that is something you missed and want me to read the patch notes word for word, I can totally do that. You know, sometimes I do like listening to videos like that so that I don't have to sit and read, but I can listen to stuff while I'm on the train or something like that. Just let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to, you know, provide these kind of videos for you guys. As you know, I've been spending a lot more time recently streaming my Brawlhalla content instead of making more Let's Play style videos. And a big part of this is just because the people who have been showing up to my stream are super awesome, and I'm having a load of fun just chatting with them and getting a lot of custom matches in. And I'm actually going to shout out to the people who are watching my stream right now. We currently have Ratax330, Jailed Dragon, Weird Jacob, Magma Bob, Maximus Maxi, and Ruin BW. So shout outs to you guys. Thank you for coming and checking out my stream and for putting up with me while I record the audio for this patch note video. For all of you watching the video out there, please remember to hit the like button if you did like it, as it helps out a great deal. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time with more Brawlhalla.
Player 1 wins.